Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this afternoon for this next album review. It's a new album review by the band Mayday Parade and their titled album Sweet that I got a chance to listen to for myself, see what I was going to think of this almost 24-minute record. It's not very long, honestly. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this uh, Mayday Parade record suite and let you know my thoughts on this album overall for the 8 tracks that are on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, basically, it starts with the opening track, By the Way. Yeah, By the Way. A great song, pretty much. I really enjoyed By the Way. It had a lot of good vocals from Derek in this track. Um, and just overall, the structure of the song is flowing very well. The piano work sounds nice. Just the instrumentation works pretty well with this track. So really dug this song. A great 5 out of 5. 4,000 Days plus the ones I don't remember. Um, Long title for sure. They do have quite a bit of long titles for their songs some of the time. But overall, this track did work for what it was going for. It entertained me uh, for what it was offering. And just overall, I think Derek's vocals sound really good in this track, if that's his name, if I remember correctly. And did pretty well. No complaints, really. It's a 5 out of 5 for sure. Nice drum work, nice guitar work, and I really enjoyed this track. Who's Laughing Now? Pretty good song in its own way. The guy from Knuckle Puck, the lead singer, I don't know if I'm on board with his vocals, but I don't necessarily hate this track. I just have a few critiques with it for how it's performed overall. So this is a 4.75 out of 5 for Who's Laughing Now, and apparently is going to be a music video for this song, or there's going to be a music video for this track, which that's fine. It's not a bad song. Just I had a few critiques with some of the way the song was playing out and how it was structured performance wise. So yeah, it's a 4.75 out of 5. And then we get to the next track, This Personified. It's only 21 seconds of a piano instrumental, um, piano interlude track of an instrumental. So it's not very much you're getting for this going into the next track, Who We Are, but it's a 4.75 out of 5. Who We Are, great track too. I really enjoyed this one. Derek's vocals sound really amazing in this. And execution wise, this track worked for what it was going for, with the drum work and guitar work sounding pretty strong. So, 5 out of 5. Natural is another great track I enjoyed. Um, and I really was surprised with how it turned out for the most part. Just Derek's vocal range in this sounds really good. So, really enjoying that aspect of the track, and basically, sorry about the background noise. I'm waiting on an ad to get done. Um, Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. There we go. Now the ad's done. I was just making the thumbnail for this video, so my apologies on that. Should have waited. So, pretty much natural. Does have good vocals from Derek, and just execution-wise, it did pretty well. So another 5 out of 5. Towards You is a nice melodic piano ballad song that I guess I could get on board with. It's pretty good. It plays it safe for the most part, but execution-wise, there were some critiques I had with this track for how it was sounding. So this is a 4.75 out of 5. Just the way it's sonically sounding, there's some critiques with how its melody is being structured and produced. So it's not bad, but it's just a nice track that I can slightly get on board with in a way. And finally, Pretty Good to Feel Something was the first single for this record. By the Way was the second one, and then Towards You was the third, and now Who's Laughing Now is the final single when the record comes out. So, overall, Pretty Good to Feel Something is very catchy for the most part, very upbeat, but then it has its corniness from time to time. But overall, Derek's vocals sound really good for the most part, and execution-wise, I really dug this track in its own way. So a 4.75 out of 5 is well deserved for it. Pretty good song. It is a highlight, but I have a few critiques with it. So overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Mayday Parade's new record sweet, even though it was a 24-minute record. This is the thing. When it comes to bands that want to drop short albums, I'm down for it, but you gotta at least make an effort to put 10 songs and make it at least 30 minutes. Make it enjoyable. This was very enjoyable of a record. I really enjoyed this record. It's a really good album, but when you put too much effort into 8 songs and you have 3 singles, then you're kind of pushing it a little bit. Like, it's pretty good to feel something came out almost a year ago. And By the Way came out a few months ago. And Natural as well came out. Well, By the Way, yeah, it came out at the beginning of the year. But, Towards You, I meant to say, not Natural. Towards You came out at the end of February. And that was one of the last singles. And overall, I don't hate this record, but it's a really good album. It has some good tracks that I could get on board with, and it has good replay value. So if I were to give Mayday Parade's Sweet Album a score, I'm feeling a pretty good 8.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good record, plays it safe. I mean, I had a few critiques with how some of the tracks were sounding, like you have Who's Laughing Now, This Personified, Towards You, and Pretty Good to Feel Something. They're not the worst tracks, but I have some critiques with those songs. But everything else sounds pretty strong, for the most part, which is only like 3 or 4 tracks that I really enjoyed. But everything else is pretty strong in its own way. And overall, it's an 8.5 out of 10 for this record. So 8.5 out of 10 for Mayday Parade Sweet. I hope you enjoyed this album review this afternoon. It does come out at midnight, this album. So I guess definitely check it out. It's only 23 minutes and 53 seconds of a record. So it's about a 24-minute record, but you're not in for much. So that being said, thanks for watching this album review this afternoon.